House of Dragon, the impact of power on mental health and well-being. Welcome to Beyond the Throne, a podcast that delves into the intricate world of medicine and politics, all inspired by the epic fantasy series House of the Dragon. As we explore the complex characters and storylines that populate Westeros, we'll be discussing a crucial theme that underlies the show's narrative: the impact of power on mental health and well-being. From the tyrannical King Viserys, struggling with the crushing weight of his responsibilities, to the ambitious Rhaenyra, grappling with the demands of her own destiny, we'll examine how the pursuit of power can take a devastating toll on the human psyche. As we navigate the intricate web of alliances and rivalries in House of the Dragon, it's striking to note how often the characters' mental health becomes a casualty of their own ambition. For instance, Viserys' desperation to secure the Iron Throne drives him to make decisions that exacerbate his own anxiety and paranoia, ultimately crippling his ability to make wise choices. Meanwhile, Rhaenyra's pursuit of power and validation from her family and community leaves her feeling exhausted, anxious, and like she's constantly walking on eggshells to avoid making a misstep that could undermine her claim to the throne. In this podcast, we'll explore how these characters' experiences reflect the real-world consequences of power dynamics on mental health and what lessons we can learn from their struggles. The world of Westeros, depicted in the hit HBO series House of the Dragon, is one of unrelenting Machiavellian politics, intricate web of alliances, and ruthlessness in the pursuit of power. It's a world where mental health and well-being are often viewed as luxuries, in direct conflict with the pursuit of ascending the Iron Throne. In this cutthroat environment, individuals like Alicent Hightower and Rhaenyra Targaryen are forced to navigate complex relationships, juggle their own ambitions, and make impossible choices that weigh heavily on their mental health. Consider the countless examples of characters who have sacrificed their own well-being for the sake of power, such as Aegon's all-consuming desire for the throne, which ultimately drives him to madness. Or take the stark contrast between Aemond Targaryen's apparent emotional resilience and his father's brutal elimination of his enemies. One of the most striking dimensions of the show's portrayal of power and its toll on mental health is the stark portrayal of trauma and its aftermath. We see how characters like Rhaenyra, who witnesses her father's assassination, and Mysaria, a street-smart assassin who's left to navigate a world that doesn't value her, grapple with the psychological fallout of trauma. The mental health toll is magnified by the constant scrutiny and pressure to maintain a mask of invincibility. In this social hierarchy, where one wrong move can be fatal, mental health becomes an invisible luxury that few can afford. Characters like Sir Vagon Martell's character, who flaunt their vulnerability, are regarded with suspicion or, worse still, subject to cruel belittling by their peers. So far, though, we've seen those portrayed with sensitivity, like Rhaenyra. The exploration of the emotional toll of power on mental health in House of the Dragon goes beyond individual characters. 2. We see entire families, like the Targaryens, shattered by the same lust for power that united them, highlighting the broader social dynamics that prioritize strength and ambition above all else. When the pressure to maintain a strong front only adds to the psychological burden, those unable to keep up with expectations, especially their offspring, are either shunned or brutalized into submission, demonstrating just how delicate a tightrope these characters walk every step of the way. The long game risks being lost in favor of immediate needs, a short-sightedness that, ironically, often speeds up ultimate decline.